Good morning, boys and girls. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. Today I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been surprised? That's what our story is about today. Right after the early Christians, after Jesus had gone to heaven, the early Christians were worshiping and the disciples were out teaching and preaching among the people. And King Herod didn't like it, especially Peter. He was really not happy with the way Peter was talking about God and getting congregants of people in the streets. So Herod figured out a way to put Peter in prison. Now, don't laugh. This is Miss Nova's idea of Peter in prison, okay? You ready? Here we go. Here is Peter in prison. And he's there because King Herod has put him there. And we don't know how long he's going to be there. All of Peter's followers were gathered at a home, and they were praying, what can we do? What can we do? Please, God, help us know what we can do to get Peter freed from prison. One night while Peter was in prison, an angel appeared. And she went into the cell, give me a second, and tapped Peter on the shoulder and said, wake up. And Peter woke up and went, huh? She said, come on, we're going. And he was like, what? He thought he was dreaming. So he got up, and he and the angel, he followed the angel out of the prison, and they walked out of the prison, past the guards, and then the angel disappeared. Peter made his way to his friend's house. He knocked on the door. The servant girl, Rhoda, came to the door, and she was so surprised to see Peter, she slammed the door in his face and ran back in to tell everybody that Peter was there. And they all go, yes, he is. Finally, someone else came to the door, opened the door, and there stood Peter, and they let him in, and they were so excited. And Peter told them the story of how the angel appeared and rescued and helped him out of the prison. And then Peter was freed. Boys and girls, surprise, right? Rhoda was so surprised she slammed the door back in his face. Peter, imagine Peter's surprise. He was sitting there, and an angel appears and says, come on, follow me. And all the doors open, and they walked out of prison. And all those guards, everything. So remember that God is always with us, and he answers our prayers. Like I tell you all the time, he doesn't always answer our prayer when we want him to, but in his time and when he needs to, he will answer his prayer. And sometimes it may not be the answer we want, but it is the right answer for us. Now, before I end, I want to show you a couple of the things I'm going to send you. I've sent you a craft to make today with the story, and I'm going to show you different ways you can make it. The picture is there, and you can cut it out, and you can glue it to a paper plate or whatever, and you can make the jail. Here is one I made with yarn. Okay, I just glued it down, or if you have tape, you can do it down. Here's one with popsicle sticks. Here's one with straws. Whatever you have at home, because, now it's hard to go to the store and buy all these supplies. And then here's one that's just plain. You could take a marker and draw the bars. Or, guess what? You can go outside and pick up some sticks and come back and glue some sticks. And that's good, and that gets you outside a little bit and gives you something to do when you go outside to find some sticks. So be creative. Think of some different ways you can do this craft. Also in the pages that I'm sending you is a maze where you can help Peter get to Rhoda's house after he escapes from prison. And there's also the video that Coatesbury that y'all are used to watching on Sundays, that's also there, and your parents can click on the link and you can watch the little video that also goes with this lesson. Just remember, trust in the Lord, and don't be surprised sometimes when he appears and answers your prayer, because he will answer your prayer. Let's say our prayer. Dear God, thank you for loving us and answering our prayers. And all of God's people say, amen.